right, here we go. Here we go. Welcome, y'all, to the Southside podcast. Your boy Manny here. Got boy Shad in the building. Boy Guy in the building.
What up?
Guy Walker. Oh, man. We streaming live right now, Facebook and YouTube. You can follow me right here, Southside Podcast. You can follow Guy, CNG Podcast, going up here on Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitter, if you want to call it. So that I'm gonna say this. I had to mullion, for at least last 24, 48 hours. Initially, when I saw it, that last play at least, devastated, pissed off, angry. But there's a lot. Y'all might disagree. I know you probably will disagree. After that game, I'm like, you know what? We gonna beat these. You know what? We gonna beat these mother suckers when they come back here. I just have the pure confidence that we're gonna do that. That first half, that was some dog shit. We played like dog shit that first half. Did we even have like 50 yards worth of offense? I don't think so. Had only 3 points in the first half, and our defense had one takeaway. Had Johnson had one takeaway, had one INT, but we didn't capitalize off of that. Caleb was dog shit that first half. I'm gonna say it. I gotta, facts is facts. Caleb's the whole offense as a whole was dog shit that first half. But the second half come around, a completely different team. It was like night and day. Like, why couldn't we get that team in the second half we had in the first half? I don't understand that. Right. And that's been our MO, at least early on in the season. We would come off to these slow starts. We can't. And now you play a team in the Packers, Green Bay Packers. They're a top team. They are a legitimately great team. You can't go off to slow starts like that against that team, against teams like the Rams, against teams like the Seahawks, Patriots. You can't do that. So I'm gonna let you guys have the floor, but I come away after this game, I'm like, fuck, but I'm like, you know what? I'm confident that we're gonna blow their ass out next Saturday. That's my confidence. The floor is yours, Guy, Shad. Take it away. And I'm drinking, by the way. Here we go. I'm drinking.
Salute, man. Please do, G.
Guys, drink.
The game
was a winnable game. Like I said, I was more confident in the secondary more than any unit on the team besides the run game and the quarterback, of course. So I thought the secondary would have been a little bit better, man. The things that I saw from the secondary completely just blew my mind. I thought we would have been better prepared for the things that they were doing. I know we can't get pressure, but I thought I know Kyler Gordon was gone, but JJ's there, Nashawn is there, Briscoe's there, Bayard's there, and we've been pretty opportunistic most of the season with our secondary getting interceptions. So I'm thinking the quarterback that likes to throw the ball deep, likes to take shots. I thought the percentages for us to get PBUs and pass breakups and interceptions, I thought it would have went up, but it didn't. So that was shocking to me. The game overall, I was really entertained, man. I was really entertained about the whole game. I love the way that the team played in the second half. I love the way Caleb played in the second half. I love the two-point conversion with a O-line was pretty much being 5 Italian beefs dipped. You know what I'm saying? Like my man Shad like to say, and they pretty much got that 2-point conversion. I like Calvin Nunn guy. He's not going to quit. He damn near broke somebody's helmet. It was helmet. It was cheese helmet everywhere. So it was cool to see the second half, but that first half, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't understand why Caleb Williams continued to struggle in the first half, bro. I don't think that it's a fluke the way that he played in the second half, because in the third quarter of the first drive, he threw a touchdown to Zacchaeus in the back of the end zone. You know what I'm saying?
That was sick. That touchdown was sick,
too. And only a few people, human beings in the world can throw that, because the ball actually went through Buddy's hand.
Yes.
Defender, and Zacchaeus caught it. But I'm frustrated because I don't like the way Caleb processes in the first half, man. I don't know what it is. I can't really speak. I know he's inaccurate. I don't know if it's too much of a heavy run game. I don't know if it's because he's insulated with a run game for too long and it's all the carries getting him out of rhythm. I don't know what it is. But if he can play like that, like you said, in the second half, he should be able to play like that in the first half. The sense of urgency, I don't know if that's coming from the lack of the head coach as far as his pass game, but I do know he has a sense of urgency with his run game and his offensive line. So something has to change, and I really think that it's going to have to be Caleb Williams going forward being better in first halves. Like, he has a strong enough arm to get us chunk plays, but he misses them early. So if I'm the head coach, I'm going to take the football away. I'm going to just take the ball away from you, bro, and run the ball. But I just think Caleb, once he really just gets better at the beginning of the games, we'll see a complete version of Caleb Williams. But like you said, we can't struggle early in games against better football teams, better quarterbacks, offensive play coordinators, or play callers who was just as good as Ben Johnson. So we're going to have to just get better overall in the beginning of the games, man. We should have won that game. There was nothing about the Green Bay Packers while I was sitting back thinking they're going to just blow us out. I said they wasn't going to blow us out because they didn't. But the fact that we didn't come away with that win, we let you know we beat ourselves. We had Cairo Santos with a shank fucking punt or a kick with a kick. You had Javon Dexter on the 3rd and 1. 4 guys right there on the tackle didn't make the tackle. You had Caleb Williams making improper throws, inaccurate throws all game. We keep beating ourselves. You can't beat yourself against good teams. And we did it, man. And we did it. But overall, I'm confident in my quarterback. I'm confident in my team. And I'm confident in Ben Johnson. Like, my confidence hasn't wavered at all. I think we can do some things and make some things better going forward. Absolutely.
Hey, look, great points. Same thing with you, Manny. Kind of set the table, man. I ain't gonna hold you, and I ain't gonna bake the team either, man. You're in a situation, you're still in contention for a playoff spot, so all the world is not lost for the Chicago Beloved. 4 offensive possessions in a football game, and only 2 of those were touchdowns. That's a problem. That's why you lost. That's not big boy football. That's not at all what Ben Johnson was brought here to do. Against a Green Bay team, which we knew and we talked about last week, being a defense that was catered around defending Caleb Williams, did exactly what that defense should have did. Jeff Lafley had a great game plan and the scheme set up, and even though they're outstanding all-pro caliber player like Rashawn Gary, as well as Michael Parsons, didn't have great game-breaking games statistically. As a scheme overall, they did everything right in the first half of football. Bears only could muster up a fucking field goal in the second quarter, which was a 39-yard drive of 15 plays. Now, you got to ask yourself, how many times in professional sports do you see 15 plays for 39 yards and a field goal to end a drive?
39, wow.
With a team that's supposed to be leaned off being a physical, assertive, run-dominant, deep offense. That's where Ben Johnson lost the game. G. Walker, when you had your post game yesterday on CNG podcast with the Fails, one of the things I said you should have leaned in was kneeing the head coach right in the dick for the play calling in the first half of the game. Sometimes you can't be the guy that's trying to be smart or cute on television, because it's been acknowledged how well how documented you are in the game. You have to come in off the boat, as Lovie Smith used to say, come off the bus running the ball. And if that's going to be the move, then so be it. Then Caleb Williams has an understanding that you won't get those 35 throws, so you have to be more efficient with the ones that I give you. Now, we talked about quarterback development not needing to be the focus anymore moving forward, but Ben Johnson or Ryan Poles decided otherwise on the road against Green Bay, because that was the most pathetic first half I had seen all season. 32 yards from your quarterback in the first half made me walk out of work and go have a cigarette. So from that standpoint, the second half to me was irrelevant. I knew the Bears weren't going to win this game before it kicked off, primarily because of what we discussed in terms of just the matchups. When you look at what Jordan Love did, every time the Bears scored, they answered with touchdowns. That's big boy shit. That's grown playoff football. That's Rams football. McVay, Stafford, LaFleur, Love. These are guys that have been to the NFC Championship game or NFC divisional round. Those things on the resume matter. Ben Johnson ain't did shit. Take your shirt off against Philadelphia, a team that's walking their way backwards and allowing the Cowboys to get in the playoffs. But I ain't gonna say shit. Smoke City to anybody in Philly eating cheesesteaks. But for me, when I look at it, the grease part about the Bears is defensively. Let's really hone in defensively here. Did they stop Green Bay at any point this game? No. They did not. They did not.
Not at all.
There was no
Not
key stops in terms of third down conversions. That was the biggest number I had for Green Bay offensively. If they keep the third down number down, Manny, you keep Jordan Love on the sideline, then allowing your offense to get those extra possessions, even though they're not turnovers. And in that first half, you might get more points than what you generated. What you was going to say, G?
Green Bay was 8 of 12 third down efficiency. And we only had one sack, I think, from Montez Sweat. That was in the first quarter. Other than that, every time we blitz Love, it was a bomb. It was a bomb. It was a broken coverage, a bomb for a touchdown, a slant route for a 41-yard touchdown by Christian Washington. It's like, don't blitz. And listen, the Packers pick up the blitz very, very well. And if you blitz Jordan Love, he will eat you alive.
He will get you, yeah.
Don't blitz.
Manny, Dennis Allen knows that. And he decided to do it anyway. That tells you how fucking anemic your pass rush is. Grady Jarrett's a waste of money. Just as much a waste of money as Dio Adangbo, who's not even playing. I'm going to continue to throw shots at his ass because he's collecting the paycheck.
Why you throwing shade, man? He ain't playing. He's throwing shade.
One sack for Montez Sweat means he owes me money. If you want to run it back from last week's podcast, you say, what's up, Shad? What you got to say about this week? I say, Montez Sweat, I need 3 sacks from you this week, shorty. You too short. He owes me money.
Too short.
See, for the problem for me is that those are the parts of the situation for me. I say defensively, if your unit's not having a great game, one of your superstars needs to. A couple weeks back, Kevin Byard, big picks on the road, got a victory on the road. That's some superstar captain making plays on the road for your defense when they didn't have their best game, but they performed when they needed to. At what point in the season does your $120 million pass rusher step up with some big draws and knock a motherfucking quarterback on their ass? He looks slow. He looks uninterested, and he doesn't look physically imposing enough for me to be paying him the amount that he is. I hope that people pay attention to that moving forward in terms of the ceiling on this defense. Because the secondary could get healthy. Jalen Johnson did not look good in the secondary this week against very athletic and speedy receivers in Green Bay. Sorry about that. And the second point of that is you need Tyreek Stevenson back. For anybody to question about that kid's ability, you need that kid back. Why? Because last time he was on the field, he was going up against Justin Jefferson, and he kept that team down there in terms of their overall numbers. Made J.J. McCarthy look average because he took away his number one weapon.
Right.
Jalen Johnson did not shadow anybody this game, and he did not take away the deep ball this game because he got hit over the top, and they're going to blame it on the safety, like Brisker's not rolling over or Bayard didn't come down too early. That's on Jalen Johnson, your number one $25 million cornerback who said he was healthy.
I don't think he is though. I think
he's still hurt. If you're hurt, then go with Kyler Gordon because pregame he pulled his hamstring.
Yeah.
So both of y'all go continue to sit on the sideline until you're ready to help your team. Nashawn Wright was playing excellent. You didn't need to take snaps from him. You were getting great contributions in the slot from Gardner Johnson. Then you cut his snaps back, trying to infuse these corners. When we talked about it 2 weeks ago, where is Jalen going to fit in, G? He fits in where he fits in.
Yeah.
He fits in where he fits in.
Because at that point, you were now interfering with what you had started getting rolling, which was a very formidable secondary that you needed to have feeling confident and chest out because they were literally taking the ball away twice a week. Now, if your pass rush isn't there, guess what happens? You give up the big plays in the pass game against good teams. This was not Geno Smith. This was not the lethargic quarterback play that we didn't see early in the season. This is not the backup quarterback play that we didn't see in the season. This is a real fucking outfit with a coach that ain't trying to outprove some shit because he got something on his chest. Horrible performance for the Bears. They did not step up to the situation that was right in front of them, Manny and G. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not booking shit in the Chicago area because at this point, it's still a prove-it thing.
Absolutely.
Right now, your run game shown to be your weapon of number one, but your head coach is limiting himself from really investing and rolling into that. The Bears can average 220 yards on the ground every week for the rest of the season, going into the playoffs with that on the mind of every defensive coordinator that you would see potentially in the playoffs. Why wouldn't you want that as part of your tipping cap? And then you say, Caleb, you go the keys. Because you're not going to see anything but man-to-man defense all playoffs. Go be magical, shorty. But see, your Ben Johnson being the first-year head coach doesn't understand how to play with house money. So for that standpoint, it's burnt money more times than not. Ain't no guarantees against Cleveland. Schroeder looked good, and that defense is pissed off because of what they gave up this past weekend and loss. Then you got San Francisco with still something to play for, and if Seattle take another loss, San Fran can still get the West. So that ain't a guarantee. And hey, guess what? Detroit, final game of the season, that might make the Detroit Lions a playoff team if they beat Chicago at home. And guess what? If they go 2-0 against Ben Johnson, say guess what? Bye-bye to all that good street cred in the offseason, because guess what? Everybody on the clock again. It flipped like that. Everybody chest out. We number one. After one L, now you on number 7. How that shit feel? I'm just asking you, Manny.
Hey. Listen, we know the NFC is stacked. So it like one loss, like you said, we go from 1 to 7. So in Green Bay, they got Denver. So it's not easy for them either. They got Denver, and then they come back with us. So, and then we got Cleveland. So and we'll get to Cleveland. We'll get to Cleveland because that is an important game. So we'll get to that. But as far as the schedule, we got 3 games at home. I know that. We got 3 games at home, 1 on the road in San Francisco. Honestly, for us, I think it'll be 3-1 would be guaranteed playoffs. 2-2 would be iffy. I think you need to go. I think you need to win all your home games if you're the Bears.
Undefeated at home. Gee,
You
I
gotta
said
win
that
all your
shit
home
6
games.
weeks ago, man. I told you have to protect home field, man. You have
cannot
to
lose.
protect home field. You cannot take losses at home late in the year because those will be the losses. Is why you sitting there doing this shit.
So let's getting more into the game. Okay, we had a shitty first half. Cairo Santa, I don't know what the hell was that kick. That honestly, that kick, that miscue, that may have Green Bay have an extra 7 points, which honestly, if without that, this could be a different conversation.
Absolutely.
But special teams got to work on that. But as far as the offense, I do want to. I'm getting some numbers here. Luther Burden actually had a pretty good game. Luther Burden, I think I see a good like number 2 receiver after with Rome, him and Rome. I think they're going to be the future of the Bears.
Slow down.
Somebody said West California in the comments. He getting some Jerry curl activator, bro.
Slow down.
Well, I'm just saying. For he had 4 receptions, 67 yards. That was we finally had a Luther Gerber game. I'm going to get to that, y'all. What the hell was DJ Moore? Where was he at? One reception, 3 targets for -4 yards, and the only reception he had, he got tackled right before he got the ball.
Is that an issue if I'm off camera?
No, we can hear you.
All right, cool.
But DJ Moore was like a non-factor in this game, and with Roma Dunze out, you would think DJ Moore would have a better impact, especially on this type of game. And he was nowhere to be found. Maybe the body language, of him is like, him and Caleb are not really sinking eye to eye. I can see that.
It's egregious, man, that DJ Moore, especially with Roma Dunze not being in the game and that he didn't get as many targets as he can, or he should have. It really makes you, it really just puts the seed in your head that him and Caleb Williams' chemistry is not good at all. Think about it. Like, how many times have you seen Caleb and DJ Moore on the sideline with an eye patch? It's like, hey, bro, I was going to run over here. You should have thrown it over here. Or where do you want me to put the ball at? You never see that shit. So the fact that he came in the game with Rome out of there his first game, and he's a -4 yards, that's never happened in his career. And now, if it's Caleb Williams and DJ Moore not having a chemistry issue, me as the head coach, I'm going to have to sit y'all ass down, bro. Let's have a conversation in my room, not my room, but my office, and we're gonna talk about this shit because this is unacceptable. This is what's going on. You two got fake beef on this team because you guys are doing nothing about hurting the team. There's absolutely no reason DJ Moore should not have got more targets, man. That's a red flag, no matter how you slice it. If it's Ben Johnson not getting them targets, it's a red flag. Like, either way it goes, somebody needs to be held accountable for DJ not being part of the offense the way that he should have been that whole game. It's unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable.
I hate DJ Moore doing gadget plays, going in the backfield. Stop doing that. This shit don't work. It don't work. DJ Moore is more like, I'm gonna go even back when he was with Justin Fields. He had one of his best years. They wasn't going on gadget plays like that. It just, I don't know. But let's fast forward. Okay. There was a play, and I was pissed off at it. I was like slamming on the freaking couch. I think it was third and 3. Packers had the ball late in the fourth, around 5 minutes, 12 seconds left. Jacobs had a running play for Jacobs. 4 defenders right there. He broke through all of them. He got the first down. That led to the go-ahead touchdown. If he would have got stopped in the backfield, this could be a whole different conversation. But he didn't. Tackling of our defense. Why don't we tackle better, Shad? What's going on? Why can't we tackle if somebody's in the backfield? We got 3 people in the backfield. We can't tackle this monster.
The Bears weren't built that way defensively. It's not a really strong traded defensive unit. Without Tremaine Edmonds, without TJ Edwards, who are your tackling machines, this is what you get. A lot of yak, a lot of cognac, Cavassier, and whiskey. If it's brown, drink it down, because they're going to do it. And unfortunately, Dennis Allen can only do so much, but I'm also look at Dennis Allen sideways as well as understanding the situation, man, that the way that he's utilizing some of the players in the front 7 who are not performing is starting to piss me off, man, because you need somebody that's going to infuse a little bit more toughness on this defense when it's time to make a play. I need somebody that just lay some wood or to do something with the physical nature to give that defense a spark. There are multiple opportunities for the Bears to make a tackle at the point of attack to negate the sticks moving or put the Green Bay behind the sticks or behind the chains. And at no point at all, at any point in the game, this is why I asked the question, did anyone on defense do that or meet that match, so to speak? Jaquan Brisker is supposed to be your hard hitter. And honestly, I think since concussions, he's a different guy. So when he coming down in the box, it's just a little bit different than it used to be. You used to have a missile coming straight downfield, coming straight down from the safety position that offensive players knew about. Now I don't see that fear the way we once saw him young part of his career. The DBs they're lighting the ass, bro. They're lighting the ass at the cornerback spot. Jalen is lighting the ass.
We're injured.
McLeod, lighting the ass. Nashon, lighting the ass. These are some small defensive backs. They're built more in a slender frame, more Richard Sherman-like, where they're more basketball caliber bodies than they are football caliber bodies in terms of their stoutness. So it's just really the traits and the style of defense that was put together by Ryan Poles in terms of their lack of physicality, but they're missing their 2 linebackers that average 120 tackles a year. So that's what I'm going to blame it on. And the fact that you don't got no big uglies in the front that's just knocking people's shit loose. You talked about the wide receivers. I didn't get to touch on it real quick. This should be a tight end led team moving forward. I'm done with the wide receiver bullshit. And it's all predicated on 18. He decides who gets the ball. The coach tells him who's going to be open. 18 decides who gets it. Wrong wasn't in, and DJ didn't get 10 targets, meaning I'm not looking for him 10 times today. And there's not, let me count how many all pros. Bro. Let me count how many all pros in the Green Bay secondary at corner. Let me see. Hold on. Ain't none. Fuck out of here. Need his ass beat. DJ should have walked in the locker room. First thing he should have did, beeline to 18's locker room and pushed his ass into the locker. Fuck is wrong with you, shorty? We lost to a division team and you didn't give me but one ball? Crazy as fuck.
For real.
Somebody has to be more DJ has to be more vocal to just let him know, hey, yo, I'm open. I'm doing but I'm gonna get to that a little bit.
I think
about
Caleb froze him out, man. He froze him out, bro. It's plain as day, man. He froze him out, bro. That's a fight, man. That's a fight, bro.
Yeah. No, and to the credit, the question Troy James is asking, where was Gordon? Gordon was actually hurt at the he was a late scratch right at tip off, so he couldn't go. I'm not sure what
aggravated his hamstring, the previous injury that he had that kept him on the shelf for the last several weeks.
Yeah,
in pregame and with no timetable on his return still. Done with that shit, bro.
He's hurt.
Shut his ass down, bro.
So
wasting my time. Let me go get another body for the playoffs because I need it.
So Fasten forward now to the last possession. And I want to ask you guys.
The fuck?
We had a 3rd and 1. Calvin guy didn't get it. I thought he did. I thought, maybe the nose was on the football, but the Packers stopped him. 3rd and 1. 4th and 1 now. Everybody would think, and this is what I'm going to say. Our team is credited to running the football. We are a running football team.
You are full of shit, Manny. You are full of shit. You gonna do that shit full of shit.
I'm full of shit.
You're gonna start talking about the run game on 4th and 1. And you gonna start talking about the run game. You are full of shit. I can't believe it.
But we are a running team. Now, granted, it's a lot of ways we can preface this right here. We can go about this. Absolutely. But I'm thinking, okay, you 4th and 1. You 4th and 1. Give it to Manunga again. Give it to Swift. You can do that. They didn't do that. They did the same play they did. What they did to kind of finish the Eagles. That touchdown that Caleb Williams did to Cole Kmet to finish the Eagles. Same exact play. It was options that he have run it to the 1st down. I don't think he could have. DJ Moore, they say, well, DJ Moore was open. I don't think he was. DJ Moore did not sprint to get open. It was kind of late. And then you have Cole Kmet. Now, Cole Kmet was open for that. He was open initially. Caleb did not throw on the ball right there. He still, he had to get his hips right. He was late with that throw. It was an underthrow. Game was over. I think he could have. If you're gonna do that, you can throw it to the end zone, like kind of maybe towards the end zone. Maybe you can get Komet to kind of maybe go straight to the end zone, try to or to the side, always to the side of the end zone. He could have caught it there, but was that the right call for them to do that?
No.
Okay, God says no.
It was not the right call. You know what I mean? And everybody's sitting here saying this shit like it worked against Philly. Listen here, man. The situational awareness and situational IQ got to be better from your head coach so it can be better for your quarterback to be better. First of all, Ben Johnson, to do that right there with 2 timeouts, man, and 2 timeouts, 22 seconds, a mobile quarterback, a bag of tricks he has, a run game, tight ends, DJ Moore. It's no excuse for that hero ball type of shit, bro. That was the most egregious play I think I've seen from Ben Johnson all year for him to call that. And could have Caleb run out of bounds. I watched that a lot of times. He was nowhere near the 1st down marker. Now, people saying that if he was more decisive, I don't think it had nothing to do with him being more decisive. He just way short. He was flatted out, running towards left at an angle. He wasn't running upward towards his left side, so that shit didn't matter. Cole Kmet could he have thrown a better ball? Sure. Could he have run the ball with my nun guy? Sure. Or DeAndre Swift? Absolutely. The fact that we didn't get the most effective play call at that time of the game is the worst. Is the worst. Because Ben Johnson, there's no excuse for that, man. There was no excuse for that particular play with that much time left and that many timeouts left. That's all you could have came up with. And that's why I was saying part of the reason why Caleb Williams is not as good as he should be. Now, people could disagree with me, and that's fine. It's because his coach, man. If you want your quarterback to be better in a lot of parts of this shit, from what I've seen, his coach got to be better. I know he's a rookie head coach. I'm going to give him a lot of grace. He's doing a lot of things the right way with the running game. He built the O-line. Caleb has gotten better under center. Caleb has gotten better getting out of the huddle. I'm looking at more times getting out of the huddle. He's 18 seconds, 17 seconds left. So the offense operation looks smoother. But for him to get up there, that much time left, that many timeouts, man, we cannot let Ben Johnson off the hook for that as a fan base. There's no way we should let him off the hook for that play call, bro. That was terrible, man. And I'm not going to back down and say that was a great play. It worked against Philly. So what? You're 4th and 1, and you got the momentum of the game, and that's what the fuck you do? Excuse my language, but that doesn't make sense. I would have never done that. I would have never thought he would do something like that. So, to the fan base that's watching Ben Johnson, this is who he is. You know what I mean? This is part of his pedigree. This is part of his DNA. He's going to do things like this because he wants to take your soul. He doesn't always want to play easy football. He wants to play hero ball, and he tried to do it in the moment that he shouldn't have done it. That's just my 2 cents, man.
Shad?
I appreciate somebody kicking Ben Johnson in the ass. Again, another situation in football where, you know, the Bears were getting a lot of credit for winning these games, scoring the final drive, right? One thing that bugged me through all of that was who's getting the ball in these situations. You don't see DJ Moore, Colson Loveland being isolated in situations to make the play of the game against a person that they're better than. Making the decision to go to Cole Kmet, who has probably the slowest feet of all your receivers, is what guys talking about. Then Caleb has to make a perfect throw, as opposed to having a better receiver that can make a better break on the ball or making a better route than making it a clear option for him to throw the ball to. When I do all 22, Manny, I want you to pay attention to that play when we talk about it, because you made a point of could Caleb outrun the defenders. Yes, if that was his decision from the snap of the ball. Secondarily, could he have gone to DJ Moore on a late peel inside? Yes, he could have.
I disagree on that one.
He's
go ahead.
made that throw 10 times this year. Yes, he could have. Stop making excuses for 18. Yes, he could have. There were 3 defenders that had then started pursuing Swift. By the time he saw that 3rd defender, which was a defensive end in a late trail position, once he had gotten to the point of crossing DJ Moore's face, there was nothing but DJ in the grass. Even falling away left, clear lane to throw. The initial pass was the pass to make, where Cole Kmet broke open literally on his 3rd step.
I agree with that.
So if the play was designed on 3 steps to throw and deliver the ball,
Right.
he was
Right.
horribly late.
Yeah.
Benchable late.
Yeah.
Sit your ass next to me late. You're going to get me fired late. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, I can't look past that and really tear into Ben Johnson how I want to, even though I think he's still a dumbass for not just lining up. DJ Moore, slant, touchdown. Let's go kick the ball off.
Right. Yeah.
Coast and Loveland, fade route, touchdown. Let's go kick the ball off.
I agree with you.
So,
I agree with you on that
ran
point.
the ball, you did have 2 touchdowns, Manny. I mean, 2 timeouts left.
Yeah.
You'd have had 3 opportunities with 27 seconds left to get a touchdown.
That's why I was going at, man.
And that's what everybody would have done, because you're looking at the football game in a small box. Like, we can win in Green Bay right now, even though we did that shit in the first half. Let's do that. No. Bro said, I walked in here with big Yonads, and I'm going to show y'all big Yonads. Hey, 18, we're going to run the same play we beat Philly with right here, and it's wide open. Go make the throw, young kid. Why you trusting Shorty to do that shit?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and to your point, Shad, him, like I say, if it was ever a moment where we saw him say, "Go to hell to DJ Moore," Caleb did that shit, bro. We gotta hold him accountable for that, and that's a problem that it keeps popping up, man. Like DJ should have got the ball. If you can throw a fucking touchdown to Zacchaeus with a defender, Caleb threw that touchdown on a dime on a tortilla chip, bro, in the end zone, man. He threw a Cole Kmet sideline pass across, going to the right on a rope You mean to tell me with the defense running to the left, you running to your left and throwing to your right, you don't see DJ right there in the flat? That's a choice.
Listen, guys, I know y'all. I get what y'all are saying, but looking, and I thought that as well too. But I looked at that play several times as well. That DJ Moore throw would have defender was right there. Even because DJ Moore didn't actually break through until Caleb was actually throwing the ball. So people think DJ Moore was open, and I didn't see that. I saw Caleb Komet. I saw Cole Komet open. I thought DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift wasn't even open. DeAndre Swift, he got it on DeAndre Swift for that first down. That would have been tough too because the defender would have been right there. He could have rifled it. I think that DJ Moore throw, I don't think that was open, man. I really don't. I think if he would have forced it, hold on, Jay. Hold on, guy. If he would have forced it, I think that a defender would have knocked it down. That would have been it. Then people would say, well, why didn't you throw the Cole Komet? He was wide open on that. I agree. He should have threw it. He should have threw it earlier. He threw it too late, and it was unlocked. He was trying to do a jump ball. Even Caleb said after the game, it's like I could have had I should have thrown a better ball and whatnot, such. But if DJ Moore would have kind of sprinted open or something like that, I could see what y'all point. He didn't even do that until late. But Caleb was already. Remember, Caleb was going to his left. He would have to really contort his body and do like a sidearm throw, if that. And then if he would have did that, Moore was already kind of running, so that would have been a tough catch for him.
And it just proves my point that the play shouldn't have ever been called. I'm not even going to.
And I agree.
The play should have never been called. Like, we can say that it was late. We can say DJ didn't run his route hard enough. We can say Caleb made a choice as the QB1. He did make a choice. Maybe DJ Ward didn't run fast enough so Caleb could see it quick enough. But the person that got to get blamed for that is Ben Johnson.
Ben.
That happened, bro. 2 timeouts, 24, 22 seconds left, and everybody's trying to break down one play that should never fucking happen against the Packers on the road. Like that's when you go with your bread and butters. That's
right.
What you go with your bread and butters, man. If you really want to win, and it's really not about you as a coach, and you worried about winning, you make the winning play and not the dramatic flair play. That's something that I'm not gonna let off the hook for
being too cute. Being too cute.
Yeah, too cute. That was
at this junction of the game. That's why I said earlier, we are a running football team. Run that shit. At least get the first down. Call the timeout. You got one timeout left. And then whatever happens after that, whatever you want to do, boom. Slant route, I would have did like you said. I love the slant route. You can do that more often. They don't do that enough. So
it's a byproduct. Like everybody want to blame Caleb, and we break that down. But who called the play? Come on, man. Like, let's really get down to it. Let's not just blame Caleb, man, for doing that, because he is who he is at this point. And that was a terrible play call, man. That was terrible. I would have never done that, dog. Like, I would have never done that. I'd have never thought Ben would do that. With 2 timeouts?
Yeah, you got 2 timeouts at this. Seconds? And then if you only got, it's 4th and 1. If you just get that first down, you got that one timeout. You can redo. You got everything in the playbook to run, and you got a shorter field, much shorter field.
He got it exactly. And Caleb has the arm. Once you get that first down, however you want to get it, you got it. But now you got a lot of time left. But to go back and what I'm saying about Ben Johnson, you know what he said in his press conference? I love what Caleb did right there. He put his cape on for us a bunch of times during the game. I like what he did, and that's why Caleb came out of there with so much confidence, because his coach co-signed it, and his coach called the play. So with that being said, man, it was a terrible play call by Ben Johnson, and us as a fan base, we got to hold him accountable for shit like that, because if you do it once, you'll do it again. That's just my 2 cents.
Go ahead, Shad, because I was gonna say I agree and then I disagree at the same time, because it's like I don't think it was a terrible play call. I just think you could have either. I think if he would have connected perfectly, because Ben Johnson, he's kind of like very technical. If that would have worked perfectly, that would have been a great play call. But they actually would have scored off of that.
I still wouldn't like it. I don't care. I still didn't like it. If he would have completed it or not. Because that's not going to work against every team. And it didn't work against Green Bay.
No, it didn't.
Come on, man.
Another performance of 19 completions out of 35 throws.
But you almost
And
got
less
20
than
though, Shad.
200 yards, man. I don't give a fuck no more, bro. That's the performance of the quarterback. Man, hell no. I'm not going, bro. I'm not going, bro. You let Jordan fucking Love look like Marino versus your slob ass, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. Win, bro. Win. Green Bay defense in terms of their secondary was lunch meat. Y'all want a clapping round of applause for the second half performance, and he could just slip in bed for the first half of class? No, sir. No, sir. The game started at 3:30. Where you been at? Again, less than 20 completions. It's a problem, bro.
Right,
He's
man.
a problem.
Right.
You could bitch about that play call, but when you see this all 22, Cole Kmet was so wide open. The play is designed for him to throw it to the back pylon.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Cole Kmet catches the ball, does his home run swing, fakes Lambeau leaps, and we kicking the ball off. But because Shorty, again, gets the skittish because of the 68 sacks, I'm telling you, it ain't here. He get the tweaks. 4th and 1 for the franchise quarterback, giving him an opportunity in Green Bay. This is what we said last week. He gonna have opportunity in Green Bay to punch him right there in the face. And he missed the throw. People told me at the beginning of the year that's the most important thing for this season. We don't give a fuck about the wins. And people literally digging at me. We don't give a fuck about the wins. As long as Shorty look cold when we need him to look cold and moving forward, we know we got one. So I'm going to tell you, just like you scratched your head, do you feel any more confident in your quarterback for the rest of the season after this Green Bay loss? You can't. The only upside is Ben Johnson finally admitting to himself that he has to stick away from his guns and play the cards that he's been dealt, bro. And the cards that he's been dealt is a team that's not built to run his playbook yet. And that includes the quarterback.
Well, I was going to get to that. Now, that first half, and a lot of that 19 for 36 was more in the first half. Now, in the second half, you saw a lot of USC Caleb. You saw a lot of rolling out to the right. He's doing a lot of rolling out.
His head knocked off because the pass rush seems to be bothering him in the first half so bad they couldn't even continue drives, bro. They generated one field goal drive in the first half, bro.
Because Caleb was under center a lot. And he wasn't rolling around.
It requires for his offense. Again, if your quarterback is not executing the plays and he has to go off script and run certain shit just so his quarterback's comfortable, what does that tell you? The quarterback's not running my scheme. We're trying to win games based on what he can do. And when he doesn't perform, when we need him to do, when we're giving him the plays that he's comfortable with, a la Philly, even if it was a shit play, the same throw on the same route to the same guy is right there for you. You miss it. That's the inconsistency that gets people fired, Manny. That's the inconsistency that gets people still thinking about Justin Fields. That's the inconsistency that makes me still want to urine on this guy's cornflakes every time he comes up with these performances. I wanted to cheer that our young quarterback got 3 touchdowns to match Jordan Love's 3 touchdowns, and got the victory on the road when they actually are the better team. They didn't play better. They're the better team. The Chicago Bears are a better football team than the Green Bay Packers. 53 down. But if your quarterback is not a difference maker, bro, I don't mean happenstance. I mean the reason.
We've seen flashes. We have seen flashes.
Fuck a flash, bro. Popcorn only takes 2 minutes to cook. Filet mignon needs to be prepared a certain way. And when it's ready, it's just done. Ain't nothing else, man. I don't need to do nothing else. It's done. It's cooked. Like, I'm not sure what Caleb is, bro. Like, again, you can't just ignore 32 yards in the first half, bro.
You can't. No, you can't.
What
you
the
absolutely
fuck is
right.
that?
Yeah,
what is
and
that?
And Caleb admitted we have to start faster. And
he has to start fast.
Right. Well, okay. Let's move forward now. We got these final 4 games. We got Cleveland. Let's focus on Cleveland, okay? Because I know we got Green Bay, San Francisco, and Detroit. Let's focus on Cleveland. All right. What are the keys to victory for the Bears? First of all, do you think the Bears are going to win this game? And then, if so, what are the keys to victory for the Bears?
I'm going.
Yeah, go ahead, G.
The keys to victory is gonna be the first important thing is Caleb has to play the first 2 quarters like he played the third and fourth quarter. You know what I mean? That's really the key to the game. The defense can't give up explosive throws and touchdowns because Shador is gonna test you. The number 3 is that we're gonna have to get pressure and sack a rookie quarterback. So Caleb, you're gonna have to cook in the first 2 quarters, bro. We're gonna have to spy and make Shador throw bad passes. We're gonna have to sack the quarterback, bro. We're gonna have to, man. Those are my three keys to the game. The most important one is gonna be Caleb playing the first 2 quarters like he played the third and fourth, bro. Once we see that young man play that way, he'll answer a lot of questions. Once we see him stack completions and score points in the first and second quarter, he'll answer the questions. I think it's gonna come, but I just think that it's not coming as fast as I think a lot of people wanted to, based off him being the number 1 pick overall. Certain things we shouldn't be having to deal with from him where he was picked. Like if he was picked 9th or 10th or 11th or something like that, you'll give him some grace. I don't think some people in the fan base, including me, including Shad, you can't. It's where he's drafted. We shouldn't be seeing as much bad as we're seeing from him, man. And if it is a 68 sacks, and if it is he can't be accurate, and if it is he's being selfish and don't want to DJ more, that's a problem, bro. That's a problem. But I still got faith in him. I do.
Here. Me too.
Because I see him being better in and out of the huddle. There's no more false stars. A lot of the layered games is stopped. I see him throw a couple throws and structure, and we'll see some of that stuff on my All 22 tomorrow at 7 p.m. along with Shad and my man Manny right here. Y'all make sure y'all turn in. But if he don't play good in the first and second quarter, that's not gonna bode well for me as being a fan of him and him being here as our quarterback of the future. It's not gonna work, man. But those are my keys. I know I'm long-winded, but those are my keys. Caleb's gotta be better the first and second quarter. We gotta put pressure on Shador. We gotta make him throw bad passes, and we gotta sack him, bro. I ain't worried about nothing else, man.
Before you go, Shad, I know when you saying we're a better team than the Packers, I had that sentiment, after seeing that second half because we controlled the clock. We had a 17-play drive that took damn near almost the whole quarter, So, and Green Bay's defense was tired. You can see it. You can see they were tired. They were winded. Even the announcers, Tom Brady, and they were saying that. So, like I said, I feel more confident. And I'm not looking ahead of Cleveland because I know Cleveland, that's an important game. But when Green Bay hits here, I just feel like it's going to be different. I have a big feeling we're going to go off to a much more aggressive start in the first quarter and not wait. But go ahead and what are your points to the Bears versus the Browns?
On the year, Browns only averaging 17 points a game, bro, offensively. They've had a fucking turnstile of bullshit of quarterbacks all year long. Shorduro last week looked measurably better than what they had seen, even from Gabriel, who's their stat leader. And they've had a rotating style at wide receiver and running back throughout the year. Keyshawn Johnskins is their best running back. Dudes, in my opinion, outside of Travion Henderson, was my favorite running back coming out of college this year. Like his power, his ability, he's similar to Monangai with a little bit more home run speed. That should be scary to the Chicago Bears defensive front 4 or front 7 because they have yet to show that they can stop any running back all fucking year. So for me, that's number one, what you need to do, because Cleveland understands that the message is you allow your defense to be your defense and we play ball control. Ball control means that right now, time of possession wise, they're right behind the Bears in terms of a team that can control the ball. And this is a team that's only won 3 games. So the Bears are going to have to capitalize on possessions and hope for some turnovers from a young QB. This has got to be a big turnover game for Chicago, especially at home, because the crowd normally feeds off turnovers. And you haven't really got anything explosive off your special teams outside of 1 week. Being honest, 1 week. So that standpoint, you got to generate more than one this week for your team to feel they're going to be comfortable at home to be able to generate enough possessions to score 25 points, which is still the number that the Bears are at right now per game. So if that's still going to be the benchmark, 25 is the number. So I feel comfortable that the Bears can just generally, based on the attrition, outscore Cleveland. But they do something that we don't. They have a guy that's looking to make history, and that's knocking the shit out of quarterbacks.
Monster.
44 fucking sacks this season.
Monster.
He himself puts a dent in what the Bears have done, which is only 24, bro. How?
Mm-hmm.
A 3-win team having 44 sacks in a year tells you a lot. So if you're talking about what worries you, is this offensive line, as good as it is against running the ball in terms of run blocking, going to have an idea on how to stop this team's pass rush? Because Myles Garrett is coming, but he's not by himself. They have a full 4 unit that can come after your ass. Pause if necessary. So for me, it's all about pass protection this week and Caleb Williams understanding where the pressure's coming from. I have no confidence in anything other than Romo Doomsday coming back and him giving his safety valve back, that they're going to do anything in terms of beating the pressure. Week in and week out, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But he hasn't beat it to the point that he got over 20 completions. So from my standpoint, I'm worried about this offense doing anything in terms of passing the ball with any success rate down the field or intermediate, because the pass rush will get home. So I hope that Ben Johnson learns from his mistakes in Green Bay, gets the run game going early and often to generate points for the offense, so then you can allow more of a natural passing style attack in the second half, as opposed to trying to come back in games and be a little bit more Ben Johnson oriented in terms of attack and defense. So this should be a get right game for the offense. And what I mean by that is buttoning up the shit that you should have did on the road and having a way more optimal performance. So 350 yards of offense primarily led from your run game, and about $180 means that the Bears did what they should have done the week prior, and they righted them ships at home and they stayed undefeated. And if that's the case, playoffs is still on the books, and that puts the Bears at 10 wins. So that's what I'm looking at.
Cleveland's pass defense is tops in the league. I think it's like top 2, maybe second. I'm looking at right here. And their rush defense is not too far behind. So I'm thinking Cleveland's defense is they're gonna look at that Green Bay film and they're gonna try to make Caleb beat them. That's what I'm thinking. And then that's gonna be look to see a low scoring game, but hopefully not. My keys to victory is please come off to a fast start. You can be more aggressive start. Let's not get to a slow start off this with this team, because Shedeur Sanders did put up over 350 yards this past week, but I don't have faith in their coach, because I think their coach is going to do something dumb to make Cleveland lose, because I don't think he likes Shedeur Sanders into personally, but or it could be a management thing. But yeah, I think go off to a good start. Like you said, Guy, get to the quarterback. And yeah, we let's get this offense together. Let's get our receivers back on track. Let's get DJ Moore, get some more receptions that is not behind the line of scrimmage. Let's get more of I like Coastal up. I like Luther Burden, get him more involved. Especially, I don't think you're gonna have Rome. I think Rome's gonna be out again for another week. So let's get our offense involved, and let's get this team out. Let's not blow this, but let's get some points early. All right, that's what I think.
Getting points early, how does that look to you, Manny? Against this unit, there's 44 sacks. You gonna throw the ball a lot? Against this unit, that you generated 44 sacks. I mean, if you trust your offensive line, why not drop back and spread this defense out so that way you can see the pass rush? Is this not the game that you go full wide? You play Zacchaeus since you had a solid game. Do you bring Zacchaeus back in? You put a tight end down and you say we're going 3-4 wide, even without Rome, because then that gives your USC quarterback, when he's in a groove, his feel early as opposed to running the Ben playbook. So that's what I'm saying. Invert the game. If you take the second half playbook and run that in the first against Cleveland, they're not expecting you to do that, because that's typically a pivot or an adjustment thing that you do at halftime. So if you allow the kid to come out the gate throwing it all over the yard, maybe he gets his completions up to about 11, 12 at halftime, and he can hit that 20 benchmark over the next 2 quarters, third and fourth, which he normally is more comfortable. So for me, it's like, how do you attack it? Do you trust your offensive line that you told me is top 5 to block up this defensive front and hope that Caleb could avoid the pressure and throw some balls down the field? Because if you think that you're just going to ground their ass down, that means that's the game plan from the moment you get on the field to the end of the game, because there's no deviating from that. You have to commit to that. That does not mean that you're going to get 30 passes from your quarterback. There will not be enough possessions for that shit.
Right.
So how do you want to go about this? You want your quarterback to lead us to victory on the lake, or you want to ride what got you here, the old Chevy running game? You tell me.
Good point. Good question. Good question. I would say I understand. I get your point. Go, play like you played in the second half, ball control, run. I would say let's run. Let's start running the ball more and see how that defense is going to react to it. Catch them off with some play action passes, and please let's not get too cute. That's all I want to say. Let's not get too cute.
That's him. It's either or. Either you let him run his plays, or you go traditional and play to your skill set, bro. And it can't. He has not shown the flexibility as a head coach yet to do that. He just hasn't. And I know he can, because we saw him do it as a play caller, but him being the man and being the final decision maker, he don't got to. He don't have to budge on shit. So really, that's what I think. That's where G is standing on the head coach. Like, man, is you gonna continue to put your quarterback in these situations, or are you gonna trust him to run that USC shit and say let's throw this bitch over the yard for a quarter or two?
Because Caleb, he was tired of defense out with that shit, but we could kind of see it. But it's on Ben, like Like and the defense, and Shad, you know this motherfucker not really throwing the ball for real. They gonna just sit back and rest, and then by the time he get ready to throw the ball, that defense gonna be ready to tear his ass up. So it's some of Ben and it's some of Caleb. I agree, man.
So you have any final thoughts on predictions of what do you expect as far as the score Sunday?
I'm gonna go 21. I'm gonna go 21 10, 21-14 Bears. 21-14. I'm gonna put some respect on their run game. I'm gonna put some respect on our secondary. It's been looking like ass. Shador might get a couple. It is what it is, man. But I think we pull it out 21-14 Bears, man. I think the run game is gonna be strong. I think we get up there, man. I just think we're gonna score some points, man. I just think that we just gotta not be cute, as you said. We can't be cute, man. If I saw Caleb confident on that podium, I think he looked at it and saw it like it's starting to flip. Teams are starting to stop the run game. He felt like now it's my show. So if that's the confidence that young man's coming in with Sunday, I'm gonna give him a little bit of grace and say he play a little bit better, man. But please don't abandon the run game. I ain't trying to see 70 passes though. I ain't trying to see this. I'm more so on what Shad was saying. Kind of just it's not expecting you to let Shorty throw the ball around early.
Right.
And then like he can flip it. Ben can flip it. He can absolutely flip it. But Caleb got to hit, bro. He got to hit his targets. Shit ain't impossible to do, but Shad is right. They're not gonna see that shit coming, bro.
I agree. I got a little bit higher score. I think 27-17. I'll give 27-17 Bears. And key at the same points you guys are going out.
Okay, so man, you going towards the averages. I ain't mad at that. I think that if you look at that average of 17 for Cleveland, it could be a little skewed because Schroeder shows that they got a little higher ceiling. Our secondary, unless they got something to prove in terms of taking the ball away, is prone to the big play. Cleveland this week with Jerry Jeudy found something out. That's not a situation where I don't expect Jeudy not to be dancing on Chicago because I could easily see him bopping in the lakefront on some deep shit because McLeod didn't turn his head the wrong way or Brisker forgot to switch over top. The secondary and the defense concerns me. And this is, again, another week with a defense that's schematically designed to cause Caleb problems. So Ben Johnson's going to see this pass rush, and he's going to either have to make the decision to say, you know what, I'm going to have to trust this kid early to spread these motherfuckers out and break them down for scores. Now, reference point game, the Dallas Cowboys opened the game up, then featured the run. That's the formula I think that they take into this game, and that means that the Bears hit their number of 25, Manny. But this is the breakout game that I was hoping for from Caleb Williams this past week. 300 yards, 20 completions, at home, feeling good, taking that all the way to San Francisco next week to zip up the 49ers. Now, that would be my ideal circumstance. But I told you last week I see 2 losses in a row. The reason I said that is because of the simple fact that the Cleveland Browns can run the rock.
Yeah.
And because they can run the fucking rock, that means that just like this week, only 4 possessions of offensive scores and only 2 of them were touchdowns. Here we go again in the red zone. Here we go again, G. Field goals instead of touchdowns, Manny.
Yeah.
You can't have situations where you're scoring 2 tutties and 2 field goals because guess what? That's going to get you beat. And even though Cleveland's only averaging 17, bro, sure do can put up that extra 6 and make this a real disgusting situation, because we just saw Jackson Dart, a young quarterback, come in here a couple weeks ago and run all over the fucking defense. And don't forget, like they forgot that tape exists, because the Giants would have zipped our ass up if Dart didn't go out. And that's just my humble opinion.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna hold you too late, guys. I got the Bears losing a tough game, 24-18. They don't get it done in the fourth.
Hey, shout out to my little sis Celeste in here. What's up to Celeste? That's my little sis right there, man. She
What's
says,
up,
what's up?
Celeste?
I streamed the live to my page on Facebook so everybody can see you live, big dog. So if you see people coming here, man, that's just people from my platform showing support and everything like that, man. So Celeste,
appreciate it.
Sis.
Peace and love, yo.
Appreciate the support, everyone on here on this live. Thank you. And for that, Shad, I hope you're wrong. You gonna be wrong. You gonna, Shad, you gonna eat up your word. Caleb Williams gonna make you eat your words. The team's gonna make you eat your words, and you gonna have to come up. You're gonna do a Stephen A. Smith and then start apologizing and stuff. Okay?
Hey, look.
Shorty got to get it going early, man. That's a big thing and a cake. Shorty got to get that arm going early, bro. All them runs, it could come back and bite you a little bit. Just like you can't really. It's gonna flip, man. And I want to see Caleb. I want to see him do it. I think he can do it. Yes, rhythm. You seen him getting rhythm.
Yes.
And once he see them 1, 2, 3 throws, he didn't complete it. Now he like, fuck it, I can get what I want. But slowing the ball down, and that's what Ben like to do, man. That might not work for Shorty right away at this early in his career right now. Like, that shit might not happen to the second year to where he really understands that. Like, but right now, man, let Shorty throw that motherfucking ball around. Quit trying to protect him, knowing he got an arm. Like, he gonna miss some throws, and that's okay. He gonna do that shit, but he gonna give you something. He gonna give you some shit to be like, all right, cool, Shorty. Like, let's run this motherfucker now. Ben got to kind of switch it up, man. Like, that's all I'm saying. Caleb got a long way to go still. I'm not convinced, you know what I'm saying, going forward. But if I see him throwing the ball earlier, like Shad always say, getting him 20, because you still in the development era with your quarterback right now, and he's still under evaluation. And Ben's like, bro, you need to see this motherfucker throw the ball as many times as he can, just for you to know what you got, bro. All that running the game is kind of hiding him. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, and be like, you kind of hiding him. So you gotta kind of, what you doing at some point? You gotta switch that shit up, bro. That's all I got, man.
Like I said, Shad, he say you gotta let Caleb unleash.
What we doing?
Unleash.
Throw the ball around. I don't give a fuck what you look. We winning, yeah, we winning, and winning is about we winning because Ben shit it worked. But we still gotta see Caleb throw the ball. He missed. He gotta see it, bro. Like,
and we saw a little bit of that in the second half of the Green Bay game. We did. We saw that and yes, we did see that.
And he was hyped, man, because he knew that the run game wasn't working. So it was like, it's on me. It's on me. I'm finna throw on the show. And he damn near won the game. So him and being like, yo, you ready? I might be ready, coach. Let me keep wetting my beak, big dog. Well, I might be ready. All right.
Trade them training wheels off.
Cleveland. We see 8 completions in the first half, or 9 or 10 in that first quarter. Damn it, hey, Caleb probably be cooking the rest of that game, man. I really hope he turned the corner, man, because we can't win games with him playing just a fucking second half hero football. It's not going to work, bro. No matter how we feel about him, whether you support Caleb or hate Caleb, if he don't play good a whole 4 quarters, bro, he's cooked as the NFL quarterback. Starting here, it don't matter. We just got to see it, man. We need to see 2 quarters, bro. Point blank, period, man. Early shit.
Well, on that note, fellas, I appreciate y'all doing this podcast. We didn't get to the other games this past week. We'll get a little bit next week, but we just have to focus on this Bears and Packers. So, and moving forward, because now we're down to the home stretch and we got teams behind us. Detroit, mainly one of them, on our tail. So we're gonna have to get, these, especially the home games. We gotta get these next two games as far as wins concerned. But on that point, I'm Manny, got Shad, Guy Walker. Appreciate y'all. Southside Podcast. We out, y'all.
God bless. Peace.
Peace.